Hey guys, suppose your latest vintage find is missing a knob. What can you do? Well, a few things you can do. First thing I do is jump onto the vintage radio TV forums and describe in as much detail as I can provide what I'm looking for. For example, I was missing a knob for that Westinghouse radio over there. I was able to give the exact model number and include a photo of the existing knobs. A couple days later, bam, somebody had a knob for me. It's actually in better condition than the other three, so I'm going to have to clean these up a little, maybe stain them a little to make a match set. Now, if that fails, like it did in the case of this Philco chairside radio down here, which has this funky cone-centric tuning, I had to search out Larry at Old Time Replicas, who will actually make reproduction knobs using plastic resin, I believe. So here are the original knobs. The top one was original, although it has a chip in it, but the bottom one was just this wood knob. Probably the original broke a long time ago. Well, here's the replicas Larry made for me, which are perfect. I mean, these fit perfectly. They're flawless. Like, here's the original in Bakelite. Here's the new one, and you can see that this flat lowered knob is much different from this hack substitute somebody had thrown in. The only downside with these is because they're plastic, they're not quite as tough as Bakelite. For instance, this lower knob gets a lot of use because it rides on a shaft and it rotates, and I think this plastic will wear out rubbing against hard steel. So what I'm going to do is simply take this old crappy knob here and pop out the brass bushing and put it inside the plastic one, and it should work for a long time like that. Now, if nobody can make a replica, maybe they don't have the mold, or it's just too complex a knob, well, then you can try eBay. Literally search for vintage TV knob, vintage radio knob. Usually the sellers will just have like a box of knobs like this, and hopefully they'll have good photos. But rarely can you just say, like, I need an RCA Radiola 82 knob, and they're actually going to have any idea what you're talking about. So I have spent many hours squinting at photos on eBay trying to pick out the knobs I need. Eventually, I usually get lucky. Like, I was missing a knob for that Philco 70, and eventually I found one. But occasionally, I just can't find what I'm looking for. So then sometimes I will take a gamble and pick up just a gigantic box. Occasionally on eBay I'll see a box of knobs like this, like 1,000 TV knobs for $10. And a couple times I've gotten lucky. But usually, like in this box, they're all knobs from the 70s and 80s. And I'm usually working on stuff from the 30s and 40s into the 50s. But I have pulled out a few. I'll pull those aside and put them in a drawer like this in case I need to get at them. In particular, there are some knobs I'm looking for, in case anybody has any. And if you're looking for any knobs, if you can provide a picture or give me a good description, I don't mind looking for a knob for you. It might take me a little while to get around to it, but I will give it a look. Hang on and I'll show you the two knobs that I'm looking for. Okay, these are the only knobs I'm looking for with all my projects. After months and months of looking, I have not been able to locate these. These are both for the sets I picked up in Cincinnati, the GE810 and the Motorola 12K2. I need just one of these for the Motorola, and I need a matching pair for the GE. If somebody has more than one of these, I wouldn't mind, because there's some color difference. Like, this has a gray bar knob and this has brown, so that even the knobs I do have don't match so well. So if anybody out there has anything that looks like this, shoot me a note and I would be very appreciative. That's all for now.